niệm á, thì mình sẽ tụng Maha Prajna Paramita thay vì Maha Prajna Paramita. So when we we are doing personal Vietnamese, we begin with Maha Prajna Paramita. Maha Prajna Paramita instead of Maha Prajna Paramita.
Is invited to come back to our breathing so that our collective energy of mindfulness will bring us together as an organism, going as a river with no more separation. Let the whole Sangha breathe as one body, chant as one body, listen as one body, and transcend the boundaries of a delusive self, liberating from the superiority complex, the inferiority complex, and the equality complex.
May the day be well and the night be well. May the midday hour bring happiness too. In every minute and every second, may the day
The English cái tiếng này không có được rõ. Chưa rõ lắm. Ta xin cái túi. The English speaking children are invited to come close to Thầy. Les enfants anglophones sont priés de venir. Mấy cái viên sỏi đó.
Con có chuẩn bị trong túi của con.
Today is a beautiful day. We have the sun all day long, and tomorrow it will be sunny also, and after tomorrow. Beautiful weather for 3 days in a row. You are very lucky. Good morning, dear Sangha. Today is the 16th of July 2012, and we are in the full moon meditation hall of the new hamlet Plum Village. This is a happy moment. Last week, the children also learned pebble meditation. Pebble meditation. Each of them has a little bag with the 4 pebbles inside. And many of us who are not children, we like to practice pebble meditation also, because it's very pleasant to practice pebble meditation. When you practice pebble meditation, you become more fresh, more stable, more solid, more calm, more peaceful, and we feel free. And when we are fresh, beautiful, pleasant, calm, solid, we are a happy person. And when we are happy, people around us will profit from our happiness. Have you seen a happy tree? There are many happy trees around. They are very solid, They are very green. And sometimes they sing with the wind. A healthy, solid, vigorous tree, a beautiful tree. Although it does not do much, but it makes us very happy. Every time we look at the tree, we feel happy. We want to be as solid, as beautiful like the tree. The tree is always there for us. Anytime we want to see the tree, we just go there and we can see the tree. When you love someone, you like to offer him or her something. And this is very natural. You can go to the market and buy something and offer that to him or to her. But sometimes what you buy in the marketplace is not what they need. They may need something else than something you buy from the market. So what you think to be what you think to be a gift for him or for her may not be something you buy in the marketplace. You can do it by yourself, make it by yourself. And you don't have to spend money. So those of us who do not have money, we can very well offer something very wonderful, very precious for the person we love. You don't need money in order to offer something. I know a young man of 11. His father is very rich. His father is a businessman. He's very rich. But he does not have time to be with his boy and his wife. He's so busy. He's so busy making money. He has a big business and he has to spend all his time or almost all his time doing his business. That is why he does not have time for himself, for his wife and for his little boy. So busy. Well, sometimes he is home, but his body is there, but his mind is not there. His mind is absorbed in business. So the young man was very frustrated. He has a father. He seems to have a father, but his father is not truly there. Sometimes his body is there, but his mind is not there. So busy. So that day the father remembered that the next day will be the birthday of his son. So he said, "My dear son, tomorrow will be your birthday, okay? What do you want? I will buy it for you." And you know that he is very rich. He can afford to buy anything for his boy. But the boy did not seem to need anything. He has plenty of things to play with. He did not need anything. So he tried to find what he needed, but he could not find. He does not need stuff to play electronic game. He does not need a computer. He does not need anything. He has everything. So he was thinking of something he needed, but he could not find it. But finally, suddenly he got some enlightenment. He found out what he really needs. What he needs is his father. His father is very seldom with him or with his mother. His father is so busy. So out of that enlightenment, he shouted, "Daddy, I know what I need. I need you." And that is a real message, because the father does not have time for his son or daughter. Money cannot replace a father. A toy does not replace a father. The father is not available to the son. So what the son needs is a father and not something else. What can we do in this situation? If the father had come to Plum Village one time and spent a week in Plum Village, he would have learned about mindful breathing, mindful walking. And he would stop thinking about his business and begin to breathe in mindfully and bring his mind back to his body and become fully present in the here and the now. And when the father is fully present in the here and the now, he can look into the eyes of his child and say something. He may like to say, "My boy, my little, my darling, here, I am here for you. This is my gift." Because when you breathe in mindfully, you bring your mind home to your body. You don't think of your business. You don't think of other things. And when mind and body are together, we are truly there. And we have our presence. And we can offer our presence to him or to her, the person we love. So the conclusion is that the most precious thing you can offer to the person you love is your presence, is yourself. Father, I need you. I don't need a toy. I don't need a gift, another gift. I need you. You have time to be with me. I know a German businessman who was so busy that when his son got hospitalized and underwent a surgery, he could not come to be with the son, his son. That's not good. It's not good. Because when you suffer like that, you need the person you love with you. And then when the mother of the son, the wife of the German businessman, went to the hospital, he could not be there either. He was a very successful businessman, very rich. So sometime during the night, the mother of the son cried and said, "You don't have time for us, you are so busy." And then the businessman said, "Well, darling, no one can replace me in business. Everyone rely on me. Nobody can replace me now. Maybe in 3 years, I will find someone to replace me, and I will have more time for you and for our child." And that is what he promised. His name is Frederick, a very successful businessman in Germany. But before he could find someone to replace him, he got into a car accident and he was killed. He thought that in 3 years he can find someone to replace him, and he would have more time for his wife and child. But he got into an accident and died. And you know something? They found someone to replace him just in 3 days. So even we are successful in our business, we don't have much to offer to the people we love. So this is very important. So if we want to offer something precious to our beloved one, we should know that our presence is the most precious thing. We want to make ourselves available to the person we love. And that is why in Plum Village we learn the mantra, the first mantra. The first mantra is, darling, I am here for you. Me. This is my gift. And if I am fresh, if I am solid, stable, if I am calm, peaceful, if I am free, this gift has a lot of value. If I am angry, if I am unstable, the gift is not of big value. But because I know how to practice meditation, I know how to breathe in and out and calm myself and smile, I can restore my freshness, I can restore my beauty, I can restore my peace, and I become the most wonderful gift that I can offer to my beloved one. And I don't need money to do that. I need only some time to make a few steps mindfully and to breathe in and out mindfully a few times, and I can restore my freshness, my beauty, my peace. And this can be done with Bible meditation. So I want you to learn Bible meditation. And the first mantra is this: darling, I am here for you. This is my gift for you. And this is not a statement, a declaration. Because if you are not mindful, concentrated, if your mind is not there with your body, the statement is not true. You have to be really there. And that is why the mantra is a practice. Before you pronounce a mantra, you have to breathe in mindfully so that your mind will go home to your body, and suddenly you are there in the here and the now. And if you continue to breathe for a few times, you restore your freshness, you smile, you're calm, and you become a beautiful gift. And it does not take a long time. It may take 1 minute or 2. With the practice of mindful breathing, mindful walking, you bring calm and freshness and beauty to your body and to your mind. You are smiling. You are very pleasant, like that beautiful tree outdoor. So the first mantra is, darling, I am here for you. But before you pronounce the mantra, make sure that you are fresh. Make sure that you are beautiful. Make sure that you are calm. And that is the greatest gift to your mom, to your dad, to your brother, your sister, or whoever you love. And you don't have to practice it in Sanskrit or Pali or Tibetan. You can practice in English or in French or in German. Darling, I am here for you. And what you offer is your true presence. And your true presence is something you can have with some practice of breathing, calming and so on. And now I would like to offer you another mantra which is equally pleasant to practice. It can bring a lot of happiness to you and to the other person. And it does not take a lot of time. Maybe half a minute is enough to make your happiness and his happiness, her happiness. The second mantra. But before you practice the second mantra, you have to be successful in the first mantra. You have to be there. Body and mind together. Stop the thinking. Become fresh and calm. And when you are fresh, calm, concentrated, you go to the other person and you pronounce the second mantra. Darling, I know you are there, alive, and I'm so happy. Because what does it mean to love? To love, according to the first mantra, is to be there for your beloved one. Can I ask you a question? Can you love if you are not there? No. In order to love, you have to be there. This is very simple, it's very important. You have to be there. You cannot love unless you are there. And to be there is a matter of practice. If you know how to breathe, how to walk mindfully, you can be there for yourself and for your beloved one. So the question is clear. How can you love if you are not there? So to be there is a practice. And when you are there, you can do something. You can recognize the presence, the existence of your beloved one. Here, to love means to recognize the existence, the presence of your beloved one. And that is why you pronounce these wonderful words. Darling, I know you are there. I am here, but you are there. And that is why I am so happy. Imagine you are not there. You are no longer there. I will suffer a lot. I will cry a lot. But because you are still there, and your presence is so precious to me, that is why I value your presence. I treasure your presence. And to love here means to recognize the presence of the beloved one. If the other person ignores you, does not know that you are there, you don't have the impression that you are loved. That's right. So when you breathe in and out, and if you are truly there, you can look into the eyes of your beloved one and you say, darling, I know you are there. I am so happy you are there. Imagine you are not there, you are not there. I will cry. So to love here means to recognize his presence, her presence. And that is the second mantra. So according to these two mantras, there's two definitions of love. The first definition of love is to be there for him or for her. The second definition is to recognize his presence or her presence as something very wonderful to you. And that is why we need the second mantra. Darling, I know you are there. And I'm so happy. And you know something? You can practice with your mobile phone. You can breathe in and visualize he's there in the office or at home cooking. And your heart will fill with love and gratitude. And you compose the number. And when the bell rings, you know that she hears the sound of the telephone there. And in Plum Village we have a kind of meditation called telephone meditation. And I want you to learn. Telephone meditation is wonderful. It can make you happy and the other person happy also. Before you call him or her, you have to breathe in and out, holding the telephone like this. And breathe in and out, and think of that person you are going to talk to. And you can breathe in and out a few times. There is a poem for you to breathe in and out. And the poem is available in English, French, Vietnamese, and so on. 4 lines. Breathe in, I recite the first line. Words can travel hundreds of miles. And when I breathe out, I say, they can bring a lot of love and mutual understanding. If you know how to practice love speech, and what you say can cultivate more love, mutual understanding. I know how to use my words. I know how to speak in order to bring happiness and confidence to him or to her. This is the practice of the 4th mindfulness training. Words can travel thousands of miles, and they can bring love and mutual understanding. I vow that what I am saying here will be fresh like flowers. I vow that what I am going to say will be beautiful as embroideries. Tiếng đi ngàn vạn dặm, xây dựng tình yêu thương, tình thương yêu. Mỗi lời là châu ngọc, mỗi lời là gấm thêu. 20 words in Vietnamese. And when we translate into in English, it's more than 20 words. But please help so that we can reduce the number of words, and we have to memorize the poem before we practice telephone meditation. Words can travel thousands of miles. They can build up love and mutual understanding. I vow that what I say will be beautiful like flowers. I vow what to say will be beautiful like embroideries. And then you are calm, you are peaceful, and you are qualified to make a phone call. So breathing in and breathing out make you fresh, calm. It's very important if you want to succeed in your conversation. And after you compose the number and you hear the telephone ringing on the other line, you know that your beloved one is practicing mindfulness of listening. Because the sound of telephone is like the sound of the bell. When you hear, you don't answer right away. That is a bell of mindfulness. You practice. I listen. This wonderful sound brings me back to my true home. So you use the sound of the telephone as the sound of the bell of mindfulness. So for telephone meditation, when the phone rings for the first time, you don't answer. You practice breathing in and out to calm yourself. Because the sound of the telephone may disturb you. If you are not a practitioner, the sound of the telephone will cause a kind of vibration in you and worry. Who is calling? Good news or bad news? You are not peaceful. That is why when you hear the telephone ringing for the first time, don't answer yet. Don't run to the telephone. Just stay where you are and enjoy breathing in and out. Breathing in. I listen. Breathing out. This wonderful sound help me to calm myself and find my true home. And when the second, you can hear the second. When you hear the second sound, you still have the time to practice. If the other person has something very important to tell you, she will be patient enough in order to wait until the third ring to hang up. So don't worry. Stay there and practice breathing to calm yourself. And after you have breathe in and out 2 times, now you can walk peacefully to the phone or take it out, smiling, and you say, hello. And your voice is joyful and calm. And then you who are making the phone, you hear the sound at the other line, at the end of the line. And you know that the other person is breathing in and breathing out to calm herself. And you say, I have to breathe in and out myself also, because she will not answer right away after first sound, because she is practicing phone meditation. So when you hear the sound for the first time, you enjoy breathing in and breathing out to calm yourself. And when it sounds for the second time, you still enjoy breathing in and out to calm yourself. Imagine both of you on the 2 ends of the line are practicing breathing in and out to calm yourself. This is very beautiful. At 2 ends of the line, the 2 friends are breathing in and out mindfully and smiling. How beautiful. Peace is there. Imagine if everyone in Paris practice like that. Paris will be a very peaceful, happy place for us to live. Imagine in New York City, everyone practice telephone meditation. It will be a very pleasant city to live in. It's got home, telephone meditation. And I'm sure that after having breathed in and out, both of you will have a very wonderful conversation. And you can reconcile. You can bring him or her more hope, more joy, and so on. When I visited India, to offer some retreats about 15 years ago, I had a chance to talk to the judge of the Supreme Court in India, and I offer her the practice of telephone meditation. She loved it, and she promised that she will practice telephone meditation in her office. She was the mother of one of our Dharma teachers, Shantum said. If you go to India and visit the place where the Buddha lived, you can contact Shantum. He knows very well about these sites, and he can help you to visit these. He's a wonderful Dharma teacher, wonderful Dharma teacher. Teaching in India. His wife also a Dharma teacher. So today we have learned many things. First thing is the meaning of love. And we remember to love is to be there for him or for her. To love is to recognize the presence of your beloved one. Because if you don't recognize his presence, you don't pay attention to his presence, he does not feel that he is loved. And then we have learned also 2 mantras. The first is, darling, I am here for you. The second, darling, I know you are there and I am so happy. And we have also learned a little bit about Bible meditation. Practicing Bible meditation, you can restore your freshness, restore your calm, your freedom, your stability, and your presence will have a value, so that your gift will be the most wonderful gift. And the Dharma teachers that will, I'm sure that they will show you how to practice Bible meditation. Have a good day. Enjoy your practice. When you hear the small bell, you stand up and look at the Sangha and breathe in, and you may practice. Dear Sangha, I know you are there and I am so happy. The second mantra. Stand up and face the Sangha and join your palm. You bow. Thank you. So nice.
Do the mindfulness.
You're good at it.
Yesterday we spoke about right view, love resistance, and also right thinking, right speech, and right action. And we know that right view is a kind of view that is free from the notion of being and non-being, birth and death. And this is the foundation for our action. If we see things correctly, our action will be good action. And action is in terms of thinking, speaking, and acting. And we know that every thought that we produce, every word that we pronounce, everything that we do with our body will have an effect on us and on the world. And that is the kind of energy that will bring about our retribution. In fact, our body and our mind are the retribution of our past action. And if we know how to produce to practice right thinking, right speech, and right action, there will be a change in our body and our mind. And our action, our karma, triple karma, will have an impact on our body and our mind in the future. And that is called a retribution. Retribution is quả báo. But in Buddhism, in the Buddhist tradition, we see that the retribution is not only in terms of body and mind. Our body and our mind are, of course, the retribution of our action in the past. But something else is also the product of our action, and that is the environment. The environment in which we find ourselves is us, and that is the product of our action, of our karma. Suppose here is represent the human being, body and mind. That is a retribution. And this is called chánh báo, main retribution. Main retribution, your body and mind. But there is a very deep connection between the place, the environment where you are, and you. So this is the main retribution. And this is the environment retribution, e-bound. The support, the ground. This is the ground, the support. And this is the center. So in the teaching of the Buddha, retribution is not only our mind and the body, but retribution is also our environment. We have been living in such a way that we have destroyed our environment. And many species have disappeared, and that is our retribution. We are responsible. We have produced thoughts and speech and action in such a way it have caused the extinction of many species and bring a lot of pollution to our environment. We should not think of the planet Earth, nature, only in terms of environment. We are our environment. Our environment is us. So you have to be responsible for your mind, your body, and for the environment. The environment is you. When you look at the tree, don't think that the tree is something else than you. The tree is you. So what you produce in terms of thought, speech, and action are energies that can never be destroyed. They continue to bring in retribution. And with the practice of mindfulness, concentration, generating compassion and understanding, you can assure a better retribution in the future. You cannot die. You are like a cloud. You can never die. A cloud can become rain, or ice, or snow, but a cloud cannot become nothing. So don't think that when this body disintegrates, you are no longer there. Well, you are. You continue always with your karma, with what you have produced in terms of thought, speech, and action. And what Jean Paul Sartre said is very close. L'homme est la somme de ses actes. Man is the sum of his action, karma. So these three things are a continuation. And body, mind, environment will continue in other forms with the energy of action here. And right view, in order how to get the right view. Right view is the result of your practice of meditation, your observation. The scientists, they try their own way to get the right view on the universe. And they have made progresses. And we understand better and better nature. And practitioners of meditation, they have their own way of observing and discovering. And the two traditions, the two disciplines can work together and support each other. We just had one retreat, 21 days with scientists, and we learned that
practitioners of meditation can profit from the work of the scientists, and scientists can profit from the practice of and wisdom of the spiritual practitioners. So the Buddhist path is a path of research also. With the mindfulness concentration, we can reach insight, and that is why the the noble path implies also right concentration. And right mindfulness. The practice of mindfulness, as we have learned, help to bring mind home to body, so that we can be truly there in order to observe, to be aware of what is going on. What is going on in our body? What is going on in our feelings? What is going on in our perceptions, in our mind, and in our environment? So to meditate means to be there, to have the time to be there, and look deeply, and listen deeply. And it begins by mindfulness. Mindfulness is the energy that you can generate in order to be there and to look deeply. And when you practice mindfulness, concentration is born. And when mindfulness and concentration are powerful enough, you break through and you discover the nature of reality. And when you touch right view, you experience directly right view, and then you release all your delusion, your wrong perceptions. You release your tendency to discriminate, to think in terms of dualism. You can see things like suffering and happiness, they interact. You can see that left and right, they lean on each other in order to be. And everything is not out of everything else. Instead, everything is inside of each other. And there are many interesting discoveries in science that correspond to Buddhist teaching of impermanence, no self, and so on. When a biologist looks into the human body, they see cells, trillions of cells, working together in harmony. And the cells know how to communicate with each other. And harmony is obtained because of that kind of communication between the cells. And no cell in our body has the complex of superiority. No cell is playing the role of the president, of the boss. It's a very democratic inside of us. The neurons in our brain, they communicate with each other always. They are in harmony, and no one claims to be the boss to give orders. And the neuroscientists have described our brain, the community of neurons, as a kind of orchestra.
orchestra playing the harmony, and there is no conductor of the orchestra. They don't need a conductor. And biologists and others, they have discovered that the truth of no self. There is no self. There's no boss. There's not a single decision maker in our body. There's only a community of cells communicating with each other and producing thought, feelings, decisions. It's very wonderful. Not only science can confirm the truth of impermanence, it confirms the truth of no self. And it also has confirmed the truth of no birth and no death. The first law of thermodynamics is that rien ne se crée, rien ne se perd. Nothing is born, nothing can die. It's wonderful. So we can work together. And the insight of science can be applied in technology, but scientists should know how to apply their findings into their daily life in order to take care of themselves, to handle their suffering, to transform their afflictions, to be happier, and not just to apply the findings in technology. Human beings suffer. They have a feeling of loneliness, emptiness inside, and they do not have the capacity. Many of them do not have the capacity to handle the suffering inside, the vacuum inside. That is why they need to consume technology. It's not we need it so much. It's because we want to cover up the suffering inside. That is why we need these things. We don't really need them a lot. I think scientists should be aware of that and try to apply their findings in such a way that can help increase true happiness, and not just to satisfy the need of people to cover up their suffering. Last week we have learned the first 8 exercises of mindful breathing. And there are also 8 others we have not learned. And many exercises show us how to practice concentration. Concentration, there are many kinds of concentration practice, like the concentration on impermanence, on non-self, on interbeing, and so on. And this kind of practice of concentration can help make a breakthrough so that we can get right view. And once the right view is there, everything we think will be right. Everything we speak will bring happiness and harmony and so on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements of the 8 Four Noble Paths. There are only 2 more. And that is right livelihood, and right diligence.
If you have the right view, and then you will be able to, you will be determined to look for a kind of livelihood that will not cause suffering to us and to many living beings. The kind of livelihood that can help protect Mother Earth, the environment, and human lives, and the life of other species. You will not be happy with the kind of livelihood that is destructive, even if you earn a lot of money. And people can be happy, can be truly happy with a more simple life, if they know that they are on the path of right livelihood. Even if your salary is not very big, but you can be a very happy happy person, because you know that you are living in such a way that make a future possible for your children and bring a lot of happiness. And it is possible to organize so that we can live in such a way that can bring joy and happiness and hope and brotherhood, sisterhood and peace without having to spend too much, without having to destroy the environment. In Plum Village, we organize ourselves so that no one of us need a private car. No one of us has a private car. No one of us has a private bank account. No one of us has a personal computer. And yet, joy, happiness, brotherhood, sisterhood is possible. No one of us has a salary. And yet we can be happy. We use cars, we use computers, but they all of them belong to the community. And there are those of us who do not need a telephone, like myself. I have not used a telephone in the last 40 years. And I survive very well. When we visited the political institute in Hanoi, the Ho Chi Minh Political Institute of Hanoi, we met with many intellectuals in the party. Many of them are very strong on Marxism, Leninism, and so on. They teach communism and Marxism. And we offered three presentations about spiritual practice and happiness. And one day, Thay looked at these intellectuals, and they said that in Plum Village, we live in such a way. No one of us has a private bank account, a private car, a private computer. The true communist is us. And they laugh and laugh and laugh. They did not get angry. They laugh. So there are ways in order to organize our lives so that we can consume less. We can preserve our planet. Eating meat is very destructive. To raise animals
for meat, you destroy a lot. You have to cut down so many trees. And you spend so much water. And eating meat is more destructive than driving a car. And that is why to reduce the eating of meat and to reduce the consumption of alcohol is a compassionate action to save our environment. In Plum Village, we don't suffer at all when we do not eat meat, when we do not drink alcohol. In fact, we are very happy because going vegetarian, we can help protect many species and help protect the planet. And vegetarian food can be good also and healthy also. So there are many things that we can do to change our habit of eating, of living, in order to make a future possible for our children and their children. And we have to begin right away today. We have to make a decision that will bring us a lot of happiness. We don't have to suffer. In fact, we can be happier. And that is about right livelihood. If you have the time, please write a book or an article on right livelihood in this light, this kind of spirit. And if you are school teachers, you can teach your students about right livelihood. Right diligence is a practice. People think of practicing meditation, you have to suffer. You have to force your body. You have to force your mind. But that is not true. Practicing meditation can bring freedom, lightness, pleasure to your daily life. Suppose you, from the parking lot, you go to your office. You can arrange so that you have plenty of time to walk from the parking lot to your office. Using your in-breath and out-breath and your feet, you walk in such a way that every step can be healing, can be releasing the tension, can be nourishing. It is possible to use mindfulness and concentration so that with every step you can touch the wonders of life, to make the kingdom of God available with every step. It brings a lot of pleasure and freedom. Walking like that, your mind is not bound to your project, your worry, your fear. Mindfulness of walking brings freedom. Mindfulness of breathing brings freedom. Freedom from the past, from the future, from your worries, and allow you to touch the wonders of life that are nourishing and healing. And you don't have to spend extra money for that. From your parking lot to your office, enjoy every step. Walk like a Buddha. Walk like a Bodhisattva. Enjoy your body, enjoy the environment. And when you prepare your breakfast in such a way that joy and brotherhood and love is there along the way. With mindfulness, you turn on the water tap. You see that this water has come from deep down on the earth, in the earth, or high up from the mountain. It comes just to your kitchen, and that can bring joy. Mindfulness
In the world, there are many places where people have to go 10 kilometers in order to fetch some water. And you have fresh water coming to your kitchen, to your bathroom. And mindfulness helps us to recognize that condition of happiness. And there is a gatha, there is a poem for you to breathe in and out in order to be aware that water is there for your happiness. And happiness comes right away. So brushing your teeth or washing your hands in mindfulness can bring joy. And that is meditation. Meditation is not just to sit with a stiff body. No, it's not like that. When you sit, you feel light and free, like sitting on a lotus flower. And you enjoy sitting. And when you walk, you enjoy walking. And when you cook, you enjoy cooking. When you wash your dishes, enjoy washing dishes. It's wonderful. You have the time to do it. You have the soap, you have the warm water. Every condition for you to enjoy washing dishes. I have written a book on washing dishes. The title is The Miracle of Mindfulness. So happiness and joy is possible in every moment of our daily life if you know how to allow the energy of mindfulness and concentration to be in you. And that is true diligence. You don't have to suffer with the practice. Right diligence is a very wonderful way to handle suffering and happiness. Suffering is in us, and happiness is in us in form of seeds. I have a seed of fear, of anger, of jealousy, of despair in me. I have a seed of compassion, of understanding, of joy, of peace in me. Everyone has positive seeds and negative seeds. And right diligence is what the Buddha taught to help us to handle these negative and positive seeds. There are 4 steps. The first step is to allow the negative seed in you to sleep. You have a seed of jealousy. You have a seed of anger, of craving in you. Allow them to sleep quietly down there, in the bottom of your consciousness. When you speak about Buddhist psychology, you hear about a kind of consciousness that is called store consciousness. That is the lower part of your consciousness. It has all the seeds, including the seed of anger and fear and love. And the first step is do not allow these seeds to have a chance to come up. Allow them to sleep quietly down there. Never try to water them. Your beloved one has a seed of anger. And if you say something or do something to touch the seed of anger in him or her, your beloved one will suffer and will be possessed by the energy of anger. So you don't do that. You don't say that. You don't do that. You allow the seed of anger in him to sleep quietly. And the seed of anger in you, you allow it to sleep quietly. Do not water them. And do not allow other people to water the seed of anger in you. So in a good relationship, you have to sign a treaty.
darling, you know that I have a seed of anger in me. And if you water the seed of anger in me, I will suffer. And if I suffer, you cannot be happy. So please refrain from saying things or doing things that can touch off the seed of anger in me. That is the first step. And darling, I promise to do the same. I will be careful. I will not water the seed of anger in me. And I will not water the seed of anger in you. You have to sign a treaty, not to water the negative seed in self and in the other. Do not give them a chance, because if they have a chance, they will manifest as energy on the upper part of our consciousness. Our consciousness has at least 2 layers. The lower layer is called store consciousness. And the upper layer is called mind consciousness. And all the seeds are here, down here. The seed of anger, when touched off, will manifest up here as a zone of energy, the energy of anger. So let us not touch that seed in ourselves. Let the other person not touch it, otherwise it will come up here. And we have to agree with each other on the first point of practice. We don't listen, we don't watch, we don't do anything that can touch off the seed of anger and fear and craving and jealousy in us. When you drive through the city, when you watch television, there may be publicity that water the seed of fear and anger in you, or craving in you. So you practice the 5th mindfulness training, mindful consumption. Because what you consume might touch the seed of craving, of anger and fear. It's like magazine and television. There are programs of television, articles in magazine that contain so much toxins, craving, fear, anger. And if you read, you consume, you touch off the negative seed in you. That is why you have to get a good policy of consumption. And you have to sign a treaty with the other person. Let us consume in such a way that the items that you consume will not touch off the seed of craving and fear and anger in us. When we go to the market, we use mindfulness in order to know what to buy and what not to buy. And the second aspect of the practice is that if a negative seed has got a chance to manifest up here, do something, try something to have it go home to the original place as soon as possible. Otherwise, it will continue to cause damage up there. Every time the seed of anger and fear or craving manifest, the landscape of the mind is not beautiful, it's not peaceful, and you suffer.
That is why you can do something to help the energy of anger, of craving, to go back and sleep again. You do not repress. You do not try to suppress or repress, because that is not good. So the Buddha proposed the practice of changing, replacing. He used the example of a carpenter. The carpenter, in order to connect two pieces of wood, they make a hole and they drive in a peg. So the two pieces of wood stay together. And if the peg is rotten, it's not good, you can use a new peg and drive in. And you take out the old peg and you put in a new peg. That's what they call the changing peg changing. So if a negative seed manifests up here, we can practice changing the peg. We can invite another seed to come up, a seed of opposite nature, because you have a seed of love and compassion down there. Invite it to come up. And when it comes up, the other will withdraw. You don't have to fight. And we do not use packs now, but we can use CD. If you don't like the CD, you change the CD. If the music is not good, why do you allow the music to continue? You can change your CD. So changing CD is the second aspect of the practice. And you can help your beloved one to do the same. You know that she is overwhelmed with her anger or fear. You come and you see like that, and you say something to touch off the seed of joy and happiness in her. And in no time at all, that seed manifests as something positive, and the other seed will withdraw. Don't allow her to be under the influence of that negative seed for a long time. No, that's not good for her health, and it's not good for you. So in such a relationship, in a good relationship, not only you have the capacity to change your CD, to have a mental formation to go down as a seed, but you can help the other person to do the same. Down here, it is called a seed. The Chinese is a chung tử. And the Sanskrit is a bija. But when it come up here, it becomes a zone of energy. It's called a mental formation. Tâm hành. In Sanskrit, it's chitta samskara. So you are a good practitioner. As soon as you notice with mindfulness that a negative seed is in you, and you smile to it, and right away you invite another seed to come up. And when the other seed is come up, it can help neutralize this seed, and it can help the other seed to go down. So this store consciousness is like the basement
of your house. And this mind consciousness is like the living room. So if you don't like that to be in your living room, bring it down to the basement and have it sleep there. So the first practice is not to give the negative seed in a chance. And if they sleep down here quietly for a long time, they become weaker and weaker and weaker. And if they have a lot of chance to come up down here, they grow and grow and grow. And sometimes you don't invite them, they just push the door and go up. And that is why the first practice is not to give a chance to these negative seeds, the seed of anger and fear and craving and jealousy. The second aspect is to change, to help them to go back as quickly as possible, skillfully, not suppressing, but also replacing. The third aspect of diligence is to give the good seeds a chance. You have a seed of compassion, of understanding, of love. Why don't you give them plenty of chance? And you agree with your beloved one, darling, if you love me, please water the good seeds in me. I have a seed of joy, happiness, peace, forgiveness and compassion in me. If you say something or do something to touch them off, I will be a happy person. And if I am happy, you don't have to suffer. You can profit from my happiness. And you can recognize this good seeds in her or in him, because she does have these good seeds. And in no time at all, you can touch off these wonderful seeds in your beloved one. It may take only a few minutes to make a person happy. And this is the practice called selective watering. You don't water the negative seeds, you only water the good seeds. Many years ago, one couple came from Bordeaux. And that day Thay gave a talk about watering the seeds. That is a Vesak day, the day of the anniversary of the Buddha. And I noticed that the lady began to cry, and she continued to cry during the Dhamma talk. And after the talk, I went to her husband and said, well, your flower needs some watering. So after lunch, they drove home. It took 1 hour to go back to Bordeaux. And in the process of going home, he practiced selective watering. He recognized her virtues, her talents. And when they arrived home, she was completely different. Very joyful, very happy. And the children were very surprised, because in the morning they went off the line, not like that. She was crying. So the practice of selective watering can bring effect right away, very soon. It does not take a lot of time. Recognize the good seeds in him, in her, water them. Then you have a happy person in front of you. And the fourth aspect of the practice is that when the good seeds come up, bring a positive energy of joy and peace, try to keep them as long as possible up there. que la joie demeure. May the joy continue. It is possible. A mental formation of joy, of happiness, of compassion coming up. Try to maintain alive there. Don't let it go down right away. Because if you know how to entertain them up here, down there, they will grow into an important seed. And every time you need, you just touch slightly and they will offer you the energy of joy and peace and happiness. The same thing is true with the negative seed. If you allow them to manifest often and stay too long here, down here they will grow. So this is the ground. This is the basement. And this practice can be described as the practice of transformation at the base. You make the good seeds growing and you make the bad seeds becoming less important. And this is the meaning of true diligence recommended by the Buddha. And we have the 5 mindfulness trainings in Plum Village, which are the very concrete practice of the Noble Eightfold Path. To cultivate right view, right thinking, right speech, right action, and so on. So the 5 mindfulness training, as in its new version, represent the Buddhist path of happiness. The path can lead to the cessation of ill being. The path that can lead to the presence of well-being. And that is why it's called a noble path. And when you receive the 5 mindfulness trainings and try to apply in your daily life, your happiness begin to increase. And you are able to protect yourself, protect your family, protect your society, protect your planet. Because the way you live reflects the right view. And bring understanding and compassion to everything you do. Tomorrow will be a lazy day, right? And this is wonderful to practice because you can practice on your own. You practice walking, resting, and every moment with mindfulness can be a happy moment. You have to profit from the 24 hours and enjoy every moment.
using mindfulness and concentration to be there and recognize all the conditions of happiness that are available. And a day with mindfulness can be very quiet also, very peaceful.